Megan. Welcome back. We're down here harvesting our popcorn for the fall. We're getting it just a hair earlier than we should. Usually wait on the ear to turn upside down. But I'm going to get Andy to talk to y'all about why we're going ahead and picking it now. You know, we've had a rough few days. If you saw my post on YouTube about my cow, and those of you that hadn't heard, had a cow get struck by lightning a few days ago, and that was just a big old surprise. So yeah, it's just one of the, well, how it goes sometimes, it's just one of them things. But anyways, so popcorn, easy to grow, y'all. A great snack for you and your family with what you know what's in it. A lot of people don't think about growing popcorn, and we tried it last year, thoroughly enjoyed it. Don't take much to have a year's worth of popcorn. So we're just going to kind of show you what we're doing.
So I know she mentioned just now we're picking this a little bit earlier. What she was talking about with the ears turning down. And popcorn don't always do that because the cob itself doesn't weigh much like a regular field corn. But this is considered like a field corn, where you wait for it to dry out before you harvest it. And all field corn types, it's always been a sign that they're ready to pick. Is you see that ear, they're folded down like that. They've already fell down, and the reason they do that is they shed the rain, so that the corn plant is protecting its seeds. Well, here's why we're picking ours early. We had a terrible time, like we've said before, with the Japanese beetles eating the silk out of the end of the corn. Well, what that's done is made this exposed. Now, not all the ears are like this, but with that being exposed like that, instead of that being wrapped up tight and shedding water out, it's letting water in. So let's see if this one will show any. No, this is a decent ear. Now what we'll do, see, this hasn't been sprayed for any type of bugs or anything like that. So you can see the bugs up here where this was exposed, they got into the end, but down here is good. We're breaking those ends off. We've got what we're calling a bad bucket back here, and we're throwing all of that in there. We've already filled up one 5-gallon bucket with bad ears, and we've already filled up one 5-gallon bucket with good ears. These bad ears, popcorn's just like any other corn. You can feed it to your chickens, feed it to your animals, whatever. So I want to show you here, I've got an ear in my pocket of what happens. Can y'all see? I hope the camera will pick it up, but that end, they're swelled already. Before that moisture got down, and that, you know, it's sitting on the plant like this. That moisture got down here in the bottom of that husk, and it's already making these swells. So, really, they're trying to grow again. And that's why we're picking this early. We're not going to hurt a thing at all. Picking it early, we'll lay it out somewhere where it can get air. And you don't want to stack it on top of each other, though, because you're going to want to lay them flat so they don't mold. But you know, we'll lay this out out of the rain and out of the weather. But anyways, that's the main reason we're doing what we're doing, why we're picking it already. And we kind of learned that the hard way last year, because we kind of had the same problem last year. And I will say that down here in this hollow we're in is probably not the greatest place to plant. Really probably not the greatest place to plant anything, because you don't get full sun. So I feel like corn doesn't quite do its potential down here.
It's only 6:30 and the sun's already down.
Oh yeah. The sun is way over them trees right there. And in the morning it's the same way. It doesn't come up over those trees till, what was it? We were down here at like 10 o'clock one morning, and still on that side of the garden had no sun. Now this side gets sun first, and then you know, as the sun goes down, over here gets shaded first. But everything else we plant down here does fine, and the popcorn does fine. You know, I guess if you're looking at it from a yield standpoint, it probably doesn't do its maximum of what it could do. However, it does just fine for us, and we get plenty of it to eat on. But what I was going to say is, though, the air circulation is not that great down here because you're down in this hole, and so it tends to want to mold. And last year we had that problem, and it was like, you know, we had to throw away a lot of it. Well, not throw it away. We didn't get to eat a lot of it, which we still had plenty for us. I mean, it does, like she just said, it does not take much popcorn at all to grow enough, unless you just eat popcorn like every single night. Now, my daddy, eats popcorn every night, and so does my grandma. They eat it every single night. And, you know, when you eat popcorn like this, it's not a bad snack because there's nothing on it. You know, you choose to add the butter and you choose to add the salt. If you just cook the straight popcorn, like, wouldn't you say so, Megan? That's a healthy snack for the most part. And right there's one the buds got in. You can see they eat into the kernel there. But what I'm going to do is break that off, and I'll throw that into my good bucket.
So now what we'll do, after we pick it today, like he said, we'll let it lay out and dry completely. Now, something we learned last year, we were so excited about having popcorn, we went home and we shelled it, and I tried to cook it. It was like that night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that night.
And it didn't pop.
And so I'm making a phone call to Daddy, like, what's wrong with my popcorn? And of course, he says, you ought to know better than that. You got to let it completely dry out first. I'm like, well, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you got to make sure if you do grow your own, that it's completely dry. So if it doesn't pop the first time, like after you pick it, just know that it's probably not completely dry. Popcorn, it made excellent Christmas gifts last year. Put it in some pretty little Christmas bags and give everybody some popcorn for Christmas. Everybody enjoyed that. If you don't know how to cook popcorn like this, there's a lot of people. I was one of them. I had to learn. I didn't know how to cook popcorn except for in the microwave in those little bags. So if that's something you'd be interested in seeing a video on, leave it in the comments and let me know. I'd love to teach y'all how to pop popcorn like this.
Just got me right there. He is. Show this thing on camera and ask everybody if we're going to die.
So where's he at?
Right there behind that leaf. I've been looking for him. That thing just stung me on my finger, y'all, and I swear it's hurting worse than a bee sting.
Yep. I had one sting me a while ago on my shoulder. I don't know what it is, but it did not feel good. Y'all tell us if something's going to happen. My arm's going to fall off. His finger's going to fall off.
I got in a yellow jacket's nest today and got stung 3 times, and near one of them bee stings are feeling like this right here does.
Yeah. Are you all right?
No, it's not even swelled up, but it just burns. I knew I had to have got stung by one. So y'all, when we go to do what we call clean this popcorn, you know, like, so being that we give it for Christmas presents and all, we kind of want it to look good. You know, we don't want no bad kernels or anything in there. But what I want to get at is, like, I can still shell every bit of this right here and use it, even though I'm going to throw this in the bad bucket. You know, it's not going to go to waste. We're going to feed it to something. But when you go to clean it, what we do is fill up a 5-gallon bucket with the shelled corn and put something to catch it in down at the bottom, and we've got a big fan, and that fan blows through the corn as we're pouring. We pour real slow and hold it close to the fan, and all of those bad kernels where the centers have done been eaten out of them, they're going to be a lot lighter than the whole kernels, and so it'll blow that out, and you let it blow out into your yard or wherever you're working at. And it'll blow those out, so you can actually filter them out of your good kernels. So I could take one of these worst looking ears and still shell it and still use it. So even if you did grow you a crop of popcorn and it all ended up looking like it got eat up by the bugs, you can still use it. You've just got to, it's going to be more work cleaning it. That'll be the thing.
So we're done. We ended up getting 2, almost full, bushel baskets full of good ears, and then we throwed what's going to be feed into this one. But all in all, for no more than we planted and no more than it was taken care of, we did good because it hasn't been sprayed. I think Andy said he fertilized it when you planted it, right after you planted it. Very, very little. We just kind of planted it and forgot about it. It still grew, you know, like he said, it's still going to be some bad spots on it, but it, you know, it's a nice snack. It's easy. If you've got enough room, I think you should try, you know, growing you a little bit. It's fun too. It's like nostalgia. You know, growing your own popcorn, it's cool. But it's delicious.
These are sprouting.
Oh.
Right there's some already sprouting, and that's why we're down here picking it now, is to prevent this from happening any worse than it already was. But y'all, I don't know if you realize or not just how much popcorn this is. But just off of these 2 baskets, we're going to have a lot. And, you know, it doesn't take much popcorn when you're cooking you a little mess for your family. So,
I'd say we at least get a couple of 5-gallon buckets off of it.
It'll be close.
Yeah.
It'll be close. And, I mean, a 5-gallon bucket of popcorn is a lot of popcorn. But anyways, now my grandma's on the way down here, and she's probably going to go through what we call the bad bucket, and she'll be picking her ears out to take home with her, because she doesn't, which we're not technically throwing it away, we're feeding it to something, but still, she doesn't throw away anything. And so she's going to be, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're going to feed this or something. She'll go through it, won't she, Megan? I'm sure she will. But anyways, this is what we got.
So I hope you enjoyed the video tonight. It was short and sweet. I just wanted to show you what we've been into. Hopefully more videos coming at you soon. I've got a little writer's block, but there'll be more coming out.
Not only that, we ain't really, I mean, we have, but you've been working and I've been working, and we just ain't had time to do anything.
Yeah, we've been working a lot the last couple weeks. You know, I've still been like putting up a lot of food and canning a lot, but it's the same, it's a repeat process of stuff that I've already shown y'all. You know, I was canning all day yesterday, but you know, it's things y'all already know how to do. So, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.